Welcome to part 2 of our review of the 2020 AMH Automotive Group Rally of the Bay. When we left you in part 1, the Toyota team pairing of Harry Bates and John McCarthy had built up a significant margin after 3 stages to be leading the rally by just over 26 seconds.
Long 3 left plus up.
And it was the other Toyota Yaris, driven by Lewis Bates and Anthony McLoughlin, that was sitting in second.
100. 3 left. Is 5 right.
Richie, Dalton and Moscatt had ended their hopes of a hat-trick of Rally of the Bay wins in stage 3.
80, very late, 3 right, long, don't, nice and tidy. Very late, 3 right, long, don't. Straight 100.
They hit a tree and would go no further. This would see Arron Windus and Daniel Brick move up into third. But in the Follow the River stage, out of the view of our cameras, he had a rollover, substantially damaging the newly built Subaru and putting them out of the event. They both escaped the accident uninjured.
3 right long, so 4 left immediate, 3 right long, 50.
There was a battle developing in the fight for the MTA New South Wales Rally Championship. Tom Clarke and Ryan Preston were trying their hardest to stay in front of the pack and were 4th outright after the River Road stage.
We've sort of took the approach that I'll just drive it how I need to at the moment, and then we'll open it up a bit to Sava if I feel like we're back in line with the car. So, look, if all goes well, we'll have a bit of a crack with Sava, but I'm happy to sit where we're sitting now. If we can just tag on the back end of the Bates boys, we'll be happy.
But what Clarke didn't realise is that Darren Windus was also eligible for MTA New South Wales points, and he was sitting 16 seconds in front of Clarke. Going into stage 5, the long 44-kilometre run to Mogo, Windus would take another 13-second advantage over Clarke to move further in front of him. Young 16-year-old Taylor Gill was impressing in his first ever rally. His car was down on power and occasionally running on 3 cylinders.
We were still maintaining our speed and just holding the road speed pretty well, which was sort of what we had to do to drive around our little problem. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can get our power back and get back out there and have a good crack in the last 3.
With the car now running as it should, Gill set an amazing 9th outright on the 44-kilometre stage and moved up the leaderboard to 12th, which is where he'd finished the event.
That was unbelievable. Today has been one of those days that I'd call one of the best of my life. Oh, that's unbelievable. Stage 5, run to Mogo, best thing I've ever done, ever. Today, I'm just having the best time. I don't know what to say. The roads are fantastic. Yeah, you know, despite running on 3 cylinders for a couple of stages in the morning there, it wasn't too bad, and we were clean, we didn't make any mistakes, so I'm happy, can't complain.
Another young driver impressing was Troy Dow. He was sitting in 14th after the run to Mogo, and this was despite breaking a transfer case mid-stage. With just 2 stages left to go, Dow wasn't able to continue without causing further major damage, so made the decision to withdraw. But it was Bates and McCarthy leading the event.
Right. And 3 left, half long, go 50.
They hadn't put a foot wrong all rally and continued to extend their lead. In the run to Mogo, Bates added another 32 seconds to his overall margin, and he was now looking like the odds-on favourite to win the event. But Lewis Bates in the second Yaris was not going to let his brother out of his sights. He was also pushing hard to catch his older sibling. But he was also well aware of the reason for being at the AMH Automotive Group Rally of the Bay.
Yeah, look, we're trying not to do anything silly. Obviously, it's just a test rally for us ahead of the ARC. You know, our aim is to always try and keep up with him. I think we were pretty close to him on the first stage this morning, and then he picked up the pace after that. And yeah, so, you know, we'll keep trying. We've got a bit of homework to do, but we're happy with where we are.
The second run over the Drury stage had to be cancelled, and it was now just the final Follow the River stage to go. and delays would also mean the stage would start in the dark.
3 left narrow, 20. 3 left minus into.
But nothing could take the lead from Bates and McCarthy. They once again won the stage, extended their lead by another 16 seconds to win the event by a minute 20.
Really tough day, and the roads were very challenging, but very happy to be here and have the win.
2 left plus.
Making it a 1-2 victory for Toyota, Lewis Bates and Anthony McLoughlin would finish the River Road stage in third. Dust on the road in front of them, the biggest issue.
Yeah, it was tricky. Obviously, jury got cancelled, so we came to this stage in the dark, and yeah, it's very dusty, so hard work. We've got a bit of homework to do to catch Harry. We've had a solid day and we're happy with second.
Yeah, short 4 left, entry, 3 right, is 3 left minus.
In the fight for third place on the podium, Windus would come out on top.
Hey, what a ball. Had an absolute gem of a time, as we do every year when we come up here. And probably a good result by the look of it today too, so that sort of caps off it all, makes it all worth it.
30, 8 right, into 7 left, at tree here, into 7, 2 right, 2 right, 2 right.
Going into the Follow the River stage, Clarke was almost 30 seconds behind Windus and knew it was going to be a tough ask to catch the Victorian. He still hadn't realised Windus was his main competition for the MTA New South Wales points, so decided to drive conservatively in the final stage.
Into 2 right.
Clarke was almost 30 seconds slower than Windus, but was happy to finish the rally in fourth.
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a rough day, and the car didn't do everything it needed to do, but mate, we'll take that. It was sort of, we'd push on and just go as hard as we can with what we've got, and the day looks like it's paid off.
In fifth position, Anear and Andy Barandis were another team using this event as a test before the Australian Championship gets underway. They improved as the day went on with 2 top 5 stage times, including Rundamogo.
We started off a little bit patchy, but as the day went on we found a groove and it just got better and better. So yeah, we didn't have any expectations, just wanted to get back in the car and get familiar with it. So we haven't looked at times all day, but it sounds pretty good for in the top 5, that's great.
Tony Sullins and Kaylee Newell might only be in a 2-wheel drive car, but they matched their 4-wheel drive counterparts on times throughout the day.
Right 4 long tightens to 3. Right 4 long tightens to 3. Into short.
After the Rundamogo stage, they were firmly in 6th and had 50 seconds to make up on Anear in the Fiesta. In the final stage, they stepped it up a notch. They were 4th quickest, taking a massive 32 seconds off their margin to 5th. They finished 6th overall.
We're done. Well done, young lady.
We did it! You did a very good job.
Chris Higgs was enjoying his trip to the Rally of the Bay, and after the Rundamogo stage, found himself in 7th.
Yeah, I think it's either 6th or 7th at the moment. To see the field that we've got here at the moment is unbelievable. You know, it's pretty well up there with an ARC round. And we sort of just came to get a bit of time in the car and see what happens, and we're improving over the day, and that was the main goal of today.
Late on it, and it semi-loops, 60, 3 minus left, 60.
In the final stage, he maintained his pace to finish the rally, still in 7th. Mal Keogh and Andrew Bennett in the Audi Quattro S1 would be the first of the East Coast Classic cars home. They were also setting regular top 10 stage times and would bring the Classic monster home in 8th outright. Andrew Penny was starting to come to grips with his Subaru in its first ever rally. He set the 9th fastest time on the Follow the River stage and then finished 7th on the long Rundamogo stage. He and his co-driver Reece Llewellyn would finish the event 9th outright. Rounding out the top 10 was Tim and Peter Joas in the older Evolution 2 Lancer. They had a consistent run and made a good start to the MTA New South Wales series. In the two-wheel drive category in the East Coast Classic Series, Clay Badnock and Katrina Kelly would take the honours. There were many great performances at the 2020 running of the Rally of the Bay, and to close off our coverage, we're going to take a quick look at some of the action further down the field. And don't forget, the next round of the MTA New South Wales Rally Championship is the Caves Classic Rally on the 5th of September. Be sure not to miss it.